What's up, eaters and feeders? Welcome to my channel where we go behind the scenes of Yelp's favorite meal prep company. My name is Casey Cochran. I'm one of the very proud founders of Fit Food Fresh, and my business partner and I started Fit Food Fresh with nothing, no experience, no funding, no connections, no nothing, and we've grown it to Yelp's highest rated meal prep service. And on this channel, we go behind how we do that, how we do it again, starting from scratch, and all sorts of other fun stuff, answering questions from viewers just like you. In this episode, I've got some exciting updates. I'm gonna share some of the plans that I have for enhancing your experience and helping you guys get more out of the content that I'm putting out there. But before we get started, if you're new, hit the subscription button, hit those alerts so you don't miss any new videos, and check out the links below. Why? Well, if you're looking for a free ebook on how to start a meal prep business, check out the links below. If you're looking for an order tracking system that'll help you track up to 620 weekly orders, I'm talking credits and billing and packing and production, check out the links below. If you're interested in sourcing delivery bags or containers or other stuff, check out the links below. If you're interested in joining our private group filled with other meal preppers on their meal prep journey of making their business dreams a reality, check out the link below. If you're interested in one-on-one consulting, check out the links below. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get started. Welcome to our channel where we go behind the scenes of our meal plan company Fit Food Fresh and other local businesses across South Florida. Make sure you hit the subscribe and alerts so you never miss a video, and hit us with any questions or suggestions. I've been kicking around some ideas and I wanted to tell you guys about some updates and some solutions I've come up with. Now, I want to help as many of you as possible, but unfortunately, editing takes a lot of time. It actually takes several hours for each video, even though they're only 15-minute videos. And there's really only so much time I think I can really expect shaving off editing as long as I'm doing it myself. At first, I was trying to get out a response video for every single question I had. That soon became a fool's errand that I was not able to keep up with. So then I was at least trying to answer through email, knowing that I wanted to get you guys these answers and this information as soon as possible for some of these situations so you can get the help and the resolution to some of the problems that you're having. But even with the emails, I started just having them pile up, and I feel horrible knowing that you guys are waiting on me to answer, and really that's where I came up with the idea for the group. I made a private group to create a community where you guys can crowdsource your answers and a lot of times get answers before I have the ability to even see the question. So far, I've done a pretty good job at chiming in and seeing a lot of the questions that get posted so I can give my 2 cents, normally within a couple of hours. But we've also got a great mix of people with an amazing myriad of backgrounds and experience who are able to get answers to you a lot faster than I can. We've got a fantastic pool of knowledge and experience, from fitness to software, from nutritionists to chefs. So there's some amazing answers, even better than what I could give you a lot of times coming out of group members just like you. Now, keep in mind, there's people who are ahead of you on the journey for sure, but there's also people behind you, and there's an answer to a question that you might actually have. So we encourage everybody to join and chime in when it's their time to take that next step. But if you're curious and you're not 100% certain that you want to start a meal prep business, I would suggest sticking to the YouTube videos because there's a plethora of information on there, and it should answer a lot of the questions that you have about any kind of concept that you may be kicking around. Now, if you've taken the next step and you're sure you want to start a meal prep business and you want to start doing more research and collecting more information, then the YouTube videos are going to be great, but I also have an ebook on how to start a meal prep business for $500. Whether or not you have funding, I cover a lot of the stuff that you're going to want to think of. There's also a video series, so I have it set up so that whether you digest the content better through your ears and eyes or through reading it, you can find whatever flavor suits you. The videos on YouTube, the ebook, and the newsletter are all free for you to enjoy and use as you see fit, as is the Beast. The Beast 6 is actually its full name. That's what we use to affectionately refer to our old order processing system. This is built on a spreadsheet, actually a Google sheet, and I created it, and then actually this is the 6th version, hence the Beast 6. And basically, it's an order tracking system. It'll handle up to 620 orders a week. It'll help you with not only tracking the orders, production, packing, tracking any credits, helping you with billing, and all sorts of other stuff. And that's also 100% free. That material is perfect to get you started on that. Now, when you're ready to get started, or if you've already started your meal prep journey, I would strongly suggest that you join our private group. Now, we do have a barrier of entry to the group. I've made it private, and there is a $20 membership fee, and that's really just to keep out people who aren't yet serious. If you're not serious, that content's really not for you. It's really specific, and some of the questions that you might be having, like how much money can I expect to make in this and that stuff, while that is appreciated, it is answered in other videos, and really it's only going to be answered in your own experience. Now, when you are looking to get started, or if you have started, the group is really going to be your best place to start as far as your journey with me. Now, to maintain the value of the group to the members who are participating in it, we want to make sure that anyone who joins is already actively doing a meal prep service, or you are soon to be active in a meal prep service and you've done your research, you're ready to move forward, you have a concept or something in the works, and you're basically ready to start producing food and taking money and kicking ass. If you're still doing your research and you're not 100% certain, the group's probably not for you, because we're gonna wanna stick to actionable questions, not really anything like, how much money should I expect to make and stuff like that, that a lot of newcomers would have. By all means, dive into the YouTube videos, dive into the ebook, dive into the software and all the other resources, but the group is actually for people who are active in the process of moving forward or continuing to grow their meal prep business. Again, the YouTube videos and the ebook are plenty for you to get started. You actually don't need the group, but the group is just gonna help you even more. And when you're ready to get started, we would love to have you. Now let's talk more about the group, along with the community and the ability to ask questions and get answers. You can also see questions that you haven't thought of yet. You can see and experience situations that you haven't even been able to fathom yet. And you see a lot more behind the scenes content, as I'm able to easily just post a picture or a quick live video when I'm in the middle of something that I might not have the time to shoot a video for, but it would still be something that you'd want to know about. You're also just going to be closer to me, closer to the nucleus. So any new developments as far as our software program, any kind of updates, any new little things that pop off my head, or exclusive content and updates on what else to be expecting through the YouTube channel, through the group, or on the site that I've got coming as well. Hint, hint. You're obviously gonna get access to all of that information a bit quicker than the general population on YouTube. But again, that's meant because you are in the thick of it. You are in the middle of the war. If you're still playing around with the idea, stick to YouTube, and you don't need the immediate content anyway, right? Now, before we continue, I want to talk about pricing. I want to be transparent about how I came up with that number and where those funds are going. Currently, the monthly group membership is just $20. I felt that was affordable even for my followers in other countries, but I also feel like it's enough money for you to feel like you have skin in the game and feel a sense of loss if you don't do anything with the information that you're getting for it. I want you to feel obligated to do something with the information that you have access to each and every month to grow your business further and faster. Think of it as a gym membership. If you don't show up to put in the work and use the knowledge to your benefit, you're just wasting 20 bucks. And I want you to hate that feeling. Now, the good news is your money is going to be going towards things like paying for an editor and possibly a moderator for the group. The editor is going to allow me to shoot more videos, because then I'll just have to put all my time into shooting videos instead of editing them. It'll also increase the quality and the frequency of the content that you're receiving. The moderator's job, among other things, is going to be to help you with answers, posting relevant content, maybe giving you relevant links, and general group management so everyone's experience is optimal. In the event that I ever raise the group membership fee, I always do a great job at grandfathering people in. So if you start at $20, you'll be locked in at $20 regardless of what the amount ends up being. I don't think I'll have to raise it, but I want you guys to appreciate that it's a natural barrier of entry. Someone who's not serious about doing this doesn't need to be in the group. They don't need to be asking questions or taking up the news feed. And I don't want you guys to become numb to the alerts or possibly stop going to the group because it gets filled with a bunch of cannon fodder and useless information. Think of it as a martial arts class. If we have a bunch of white belts constantly walking in the door, you're never going to be able to get enough time and attention to get to a black belt level, right? I mentioned one-on-one consulting in another video, and I've got a bunch of offers for that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with one-on-one consulting. 3 to 5 hours a week is what I'm going to limit it to. My biggest concern is setting an expectation that I can't keep up with. 3 to 5 hours a week, I think I can do a pretty good job at carving that out and providing that time for you guys. If that becomes an issue, I will try my best to let you know as soon as possible so you guys can adapt to the changes with me. It could be on the phone, it could be on a video conference, it'll be on a first come, first serve basis, booking 1 hour at a time, and it'll be $100 an hour. Now, I will set aside an hour and a half just in case I can't answer all of your questions in that first hour. You get the extra 30 minutes free. But I think we'd be able to make a lot of progress with 60 minutes and some focus on what exactly your questions and your concerns and your challenges are. Now, I hope most of your questions could be answered between the videos, the ebook, the newsletter, and the group. But I will make myself available for a select few who need that special one-on-one attention, because I know there are situation-specific details that sometimes need to be considered in the variables that'll change the answers that I give you. And some of the questions that you guys have had, it does require a bit more information about what your menu setup is, what your ambitions for the company are, what your area's like, what your background's like, what your strengths and weaknesses are. So for those situations, I do want to make myself available because I know that might not be the best content for a group atmosphere. Now let's talk sourcing. For those of you who are having issues with the link to purchase bags, I'm very sorry. It was working for some, wasn't working for others. In either case, it's been resolved. I'm actually working on setting up a mini store just for you guys, just to make the bag purchasing a bit easier. And I've also got containers. We're gonna start pricing out containers. Really, it's just a matter of me checking with shipping and the invoices with a couple of different suppliers that we have. And then we can talk about the containers we can provide. If you have different containers that you prefer using, I can try to source them. I can't make any promises, but we do have a lot of connections, so I'd be surprised if we couldn't do something for you in that end. I might do a video on our containers and tell you why we choose to use them. They're not the cheapest, but really it comes down to their durability, the structural integrity, the seal, the resin consistency that we've had with this brand, and a few other factors that, just based on our experience over the last 6 years, they've ended up being the best one for us to use. We're still always looking for others. I've got some demos here from a company out of Chicago, but those are actually cheaper looking, harder to order, and more expensive, so it doesn't look like we're gonna be going with those. We could provide them for you if you want them. And if you guys wanna send me the containers that you use, maybe one of each, send it to us. I'd be happy to do a review, run it through some tests, and see what I come up with. We're always looking for a better mousetrap, right? If you're interested in any of this, I've provided details and links in the show description. I look forward to helping you guys on your meal prep journey, making your meal prep dream a reality. And I thank you so much for the continued support. You guys are awesome. If you guys are interested in any of this, I've provided details and links in the show notes below, so definitely check those out. Subscribe and hit the alerts if you haven't done so already. Why are you still watching this video and you haven't subscribed and hit the alerts already? You're crazy, right guys? People in the group know. Speaking of the people in the group, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for your continued support and involvement in the group. I so much look forward to seeing all of you guys thrive in 2020 and beyond. I want to help you guys make your meal prep dreams a reality, and we're definitely going to do it.